Fernandez, and today I'm going to bring to you an interesting topic titled Dress for Success. Okay? So today we will look into how your attire has the power to bring out the best in you. Alright? The psychology of fashion. Okay? I'm not going to stand here to tell you how you need to dress up or what sort of attires you need to wear. I'm not going to be the judge of that. So I'm just going to tell you about the benefits of actually dressing up well. Okay? So before we proceed to the psychology part of it, let's take a look at a few, what I would say is the evolution of fashion over a century. Okay, we all know how fashion has evolved tremendously within the century itself, 100 years. You can see things trending from the era of war, the era of, what is that, industrial revolution. We've got different phases of life that took us through different phases of fashion. Alright, so just let's engage with this video that I've put together for us to watch. And being a medical university, please don't be finding it shy to see a guy in underpants, okay? Okay. Before your daughter came into your life, what made you change your trends?
Just to be with the crowd.
To be with the crowd. Okay, is that the same thing for you, Dr. Naga?
Yeah. Working environment.
Working environment. But okay, we the younger ones, how many of you have changed your style through the years? You have. In what? Your clothing, your hairstyle, everything. What made you do it? Environment. Were you forced to change because your friends were changing? Or were you hip and happening that you wanted to, try it first? Did you do it after your friends did it, or did you do it first and you set the trend? You tried it on your own? Okay. So likewise, men had different fashion, and if you watch that video just now, you'd see that even the music changed, because it suited the era that the person was in. So let's take a look at how it was for women. Okay? I think the women had it a bit harder, the millennials
I'm a special case, I'm not like the other ones. There is a reason why I'm still alone. If you want to stick around, you need to ask yourself, are you gonna fall again? Can you take me out and please? Don't play like I always see on the rocks.
Okay, then came the whole selfie zones. Okay, so I think being Asian women, our choices were less fancy compared to those in Europe and America. Okay, but what I'm trying to get to is the fact that we changed throughout time. We changed throughout our age. The older you get, the difference in your taste becomes more prominent. Alright, the purpose of your dressing changes because of the kind of activities you do. Okay, so are you going to escape from that? Go back into presentation mode. Then I get started. Okay, but what is it in the clothes that gives it its power? Why do we dress up? Of course, to close our body parts, right? But what exactly is in the clothes that we wear? What is it that gives it its power? So, fashion psychology has looked into a lot of research areas to see why is it people are attracted to certain items that they put on themselves. Why is it that they look forward to dressing up the way they do? Sometimes you would wonder, why does this person always like to wear black? Is it because they want to feel slimmer all the time, to look to appear slimmer all the time because the color gives you a different effect? Or is it because I feel if I have everything black in my cupboard, I don't have to crack my head and think what to wear? Some people have got the same sort of t-shirt, maybe about 10 pieces of it, and the same type of pants, maybe 5. So that, they'll just wear the same clothes, and most of the time people would actually end up thinking, does this guy ever washes his clothes? But if you look at Mark Zuckerberg, for instance, okay, what does he wear most of the time? A t-shirt and a jeans, right? But if you equate success to the clothes you wear, how would we define Mark Zuckerberg's success? How many of us have gone to the bank, seen a man walk in to the bank, okay, wearing a pagoda white t-shirt and a shorts, and taking out a check that goes for maybe 300,000 or 500,000 ringgit? How many of you have seen that? I think the older ones have, isn't it? I'm sure. Because you will always assume that someone who is less dressed, dressed down, very casual, is usually not successful. But again, what is it in the items that they put on themselves that gives it the entire power? Okay? So, your attire speaks loudly about you. So if we go back to Mark Zuckerberg, what do you think he's trying to tell people? Anyone? What do you think he's trying to tell people? That I am the brand, no brand fits me? Can that be the story he's trying to say? Maybe one day we'll have to write to him and ask him, or write to his Facebook and ask him, can we find out why is it that you do not wear branded items? What statement is he trying to make? Okay? Your attire talks about your character. It talks about your personality. Okay? It tells others about your mood, and it also tells others about your level of confidence. Alright? So if let's say I'm going to, if let's say you meet someone in orientation, you're coming to university and you meet someone for the first time, and you see the person dressed very extravagantly, what would you consider in your mind to think about that person? You think that, this person may be very rich lah. The first idea we have in our head is maybe very rich lah, come from a very well-to-do family. Automatically we will think like that. But that's not necessarily the case, There are a lot of fashion research that have said that if you really want to be selected for a job, you got to look successful. You don't go as a fresh grad, you don't walk into a meeting, an interview, wearing sneakers, shorts and t-shirt and say, I don't have money to buy a suit yet because I'm waiting to get a job first. Can we do that? Do you think that's the best way to go towards having a job come to you? To dress like you would dress going to the park and tell to your new soon-to-be or probably soon-to-be employer that if you give me this job, then I will start dressing up. No. We would make every effort to dress up so that we would show we are in authority of what we have with us, our skills, our education, our capabilities. It is amplified in the outfit that we wear. Okay? So your confidence sells. Your mood sells. Your, how do I go back? Character sells. Your personality sells. But when you meet someone for the first time, you're not going to be able to show all these things to the person. So the first thing anyone sees is how you look, how you dress, how you smell, for that matter. All that is the first impression someone gets when they see you. Hence why they say there is power in what you wear. Alright? Because this is your first information to anyone new who's meeting you. Let's always take the scenario of an interview. If you're walking into an interview, you don't want the person to wonder, where is this person coming from? Why is she dressed like that? why is he looking like this? What's up with this kid? You know, you don't want to have them think like this. You want them to see, oh, I'm interested to get to know this person better. Alright, and how do you do that? It's by dressing up for the role. Okay? And how you want to be addressed. Okay, that's another point. Your dressing tells others how you want to be addressed. Alright? I don't want to go into this point, but many times, I think this is a very heated debate when it comes to modesty in dressing. We tell girls, dress modestly so that you are not looked at as something else. It is a very big debate. Some may not agree to it. Some may say, yeah, it's important for you to dress up nicely so you are not objectified sexually. And then there is another side that says, I can wear whatever I want, you control your mind. Okay? So let's keep that for maybe part 2 of my session. But for now, let's consider dressing up for a job interview. Okay? Since we are in a university, so we look at it as that. How do you want your new employer or your soon-to-be employer to see you and want to actually take interest in you? Okay? So how you dress gives the other person whom you're with the idea of how you want to be addressed. Alright? And there was a survey done by McKinsey report saying that 51% of employers still judge job applicants based on their appearance. Okay, this is basically not permitted in organizations. But you know, nobody is going to say that, yeah, I hired her because, I hired him because he's very good looking. You know, you may have 2 applications having the same qualification. But why do you think applicant A got the job and not applicant B? You'll never know, right? But usually it's because of how applicant A came into the interview with a more courageous, outspoken, or maybe even a more unique looking appearance that has captured the attention of the interviewer. True or not? So we always go back to the concept that if I'm from school A, he is from school A, I've got the same degree, I've got the same skills, I've got the same everything. Okay, maybe not he and she, maybe 2 guys now. Okay? 2 guys. Coming from the same school, coming from the same university, everything is the same. But what happens? This guy comes in dressing up with a nice pair of pants, decent looking shoes, shirt tucked in very nicely, hair combed very well, and he feels confident in his outfit, you know. Whereas person B comes in, maybe almost similar, but doesn't feel so great that day, you know. Maybe I should have had a cup of coffee in the morning and my attire may have been a bit better, I should have ironed it or something. Let's just put that as a scenario. And they go in. So what happens is, candidate A has got more zest for the day. He's got more energy for the day. Energy to embrace whatever he's going to face. Whereas candidate B, though having the same application and everything, qualification, everything the same as applicant A, isn't in the mood because something isn't right in your attire. Okay? Or your hair. How many of us have had bad hair days? I'll put my hand up first, you know. So these things matter, alright? Dress fashionably so others will believe that you are successful. I mentioned this earlier. The way you dress up gives others the opinion that you know what you're doing, you know what you're talking. Okay? Dress fashionably so others will take you seriously. That's another thing. You can't, if let's say you're a lawyer, okay, by profession, and your hobby or your social interest is art, can you dress up as an artist and go to court? No, you can't. Okay? If let's say you're a model, part-time model, and during the day you're a heart surgeon, alright? Would you wear a 7-inch high heels and go into the operation theatre to do an 8-hour operation on a patient? No. So you dress according to your place, according to the event, isn't it? So, and if you want to be taken seriously, you have to dress accordingly. How many of you have had school teachers come into your class dressed with the shirt left outside, you know, and then the shoes is really muddy, and then they come into class and they just dump their bag and then they start teaching? Have you felt like you want to ask your teacher, "Teacher, are you okay today? Why your baju like this? Have you felt that or not before?" And I think it's necessary as educators also to have the need, to look into the need of coming to class dressed really well so that your students will be excited to learn from you. True or not? Do you feel that you can respect a lecturer or a teacher who is prim and proper? Of course, you would also evaluate the way they teach, but the first appearance would be how they look, isn't it? Would you care to listen to someone who never combed his hair and came into class, you know, and he's got maybe his last night's drool still on his face? No, you won't. You would feel like, my God, what's going on here, you know? Automatically, it's not that I'm trying to say that we need to judge people, but we are all humans, and it's very natural for us to be judgmental of things, you know. What we will do is we will judge, and if we are mature enough, after that we will try to understand. But most people won't try to understand, you know, they'll just judge and they'll walk off. Alright, so in an interview again, you don't want to have that happen. You want to impress, because you don't want to have them judge you negatively. Alright? Okay, research has said, alright, now I'm going into the part of the power of your clothing, okay? So research has said that clothes can boost your mood. Alright? It's called the dopamine dressing theory. Okay? So what it's saying is that if you're not in the mood, don't use your mood to dress down. Alright? When you have a bad mood, that is when you really need to go and dress up. Because when you're in a very bad mood and when you make the effort to go and really dress up, your dressing will improve your dopamine level and you will actually improve your mood. Okay? So this is research, not me speaking. This is research done in University of London. Alright? So that's what they say. Scientists have said that if you really want to address your bad mood or you're having a really bad day, don't go out of your house dressed like, you know, like you got hit by a tornado. Don't do that. Dress up. Go to your cupboard, take some time to look for the nicest outfit that you have and put it on, because it has the power to improve your mood. Okay? Research also says that clothes help you to be a better negotiator. This one is from Scientific America. Okay? So what they say is, when you're very well dressed, when you dress up in your best attire and you're going out for, let's say, to meet someone to close a business deal. Apparently, when you're well dressed, you're more confident, you know. You're capable of standing and speaking out your pitch and giving your ideas, and you become a better negotiator, a better business person, a better speaker to the other person, and you can actually conquer your mission better if you are well dressed. Alright, so this is also scientifically proven. Next, research says clothes can help you focus. This is called the enclothed cognition. It helps you focus. Alright, what it was covering in this research was the fact that, let's take doctors for instance, okay? When they are in the hospital or in the clinic, they wear their white coats, right? The minute they put on their white coats, they actually feel the need to be in power. Oh, they get into action, like Spider-Man going into his Spider-Man suit, you know? It's some sort of that kind of action. So the minute you wear the right attire, you will feel empowered. So doctors wearing their white coats feel empowered to be better surgeons. They will have the notion in their head that, now I am no longer father, son or brother. I am now doctor. You know? Same goes for policemen or military. Anyone who wears a uniform for that matter gives them the authoritative feeling that now I am in power. So when you look at this research, you will understand that clothes carry that important point in it. The reason why we have uniforms is to give you that feeling that, yeah, I am now in character, you know. Like Superman being in his outfit gives him that character. So when you are in your correct outfit, you correctly carry your character. Alright, so this is research proven. Next, clothing can spark fresh ideas. Okay. Association of Psychological Science says self-perception can influence your decision making. The minute you think you are creative, you will see creativity flowing out of you. How many of you agree with me? How many of you have experienced that with yourselves? You know, the minute have you? Yes. I think creative people will feel that. If you're an engineer or if you're a doctor or a nurse, the minute you feel that spark in you, you know, when you wear your outfit and you're in character, like earlier what I said, you will automatically bring out the best in you. Okay? Your ideas will flow, your people skills will flow, everything flows. And it's all got to do with the attire that you put on yourself. Alright? Again, research proven. Mix and match theory. Alright? If you feel like, today I want to feel, I don't know who was that, but today I want to feel happy. So I'm going to probably wear a red outfit, you know, and that's going to make me feel powerful. You will accompany that outfit with something that is maybe your accessories or your shoes. But again, outfits have got the ability to make you feel powerful. Alright? Alright, so decide what you are and what you want to express by the way you dress and the way you live. This was said by Versace. Alright? So, what you want to be, you need to ask yourself. Your students are already doing a certain program. You know, maybe the occupation that you're going to take will have a uniform which lets you go into character. Let's say it doesn't have a uniform, then what? What sort of image do I want to give others? What sort of branding do I want for myself? Do I want people to see me as elegant and sleek? Do I want people to see me as sporty? Do I want people to see me as, simple? I'm natural. The whole idea is you need to know what you want to look as based on what career you're in, based on what sort of social life you live, and you make the choice. Okay? Don't dress to kill, dress to survive. Again, back to what I said earlier. If you are a lawyer and you love art, you don't go to court dressed as an artist, right? So you dress to survive. Whatever it takes. Sometimes, I've had friends who have told me that I really wish I could just wear sneakers and go to work every day because I hate being in heels. Unfortunately, your job requires you to be in heels. Because when you are working for a certain company, you are the ambassador for their brand. You have no choice but to dress the role. True or not? But you have a social life where you can be who you want to be outside of that scope. So don't depress yourself, but remember that your attire has the power to make you powerful. Okay? It plays a huge role in making you who you are as a professional, and then you can switch to who you are as a social person, your own self. Alright? Don't be into trends. Don't make fashion own you. But you decide what you are, what you want to express by the way you dress and the way you live. How? There are pros and cons in this statement, clearly. Like I said again, if you're a lawyer, you can't dress up as an artist and go to court. Or if you're a surgeon and you do modeling, you can't wear the other outfit and go to the operation theatre. So what do? You have to know your balance, right? You have to know your roles, the roles we play. The roles we play as a professional, as a parent, as a friend, or whatever. It all has an important statement to be made. But end of the day, what it's also trying to tell you is, you do not have to be connected to any brand. Being fashionable doesn't mean having to be expensive, okay? It does not mean that at all. You don't need to have $1,000 suit on yourself to be successful. All you need is to have something that makes you feel great, because end of the day, what you put on yourself, it's not that outfit that makes you it's not the outfit that makes you you. It's you that makes the outfit. You know, there's this saying that it's not the man that makes the brand. You know, it's not the brand that makes the man. Sorry, a lot of tongue twisting here. It's not the brand that makes the man. It's the man that makes the brand. Okay? Fashion is not necessarily about labels. It's not about brands. It's about something else that comes from within you. Oh, I didn't realize I was actually quoting Ralph Lauren when I said that. But yeah, you make the brand. It's not the other way around. Alright? You can take anything. You can go to Lazada or go to Shopee and buy something that doesn't even have a brand, and it can be such a fashion statement on you, because the power is actually you, not your outfit. It's just that it's complementary. Alright? You can have anything you want in life if you dress for it. Actually, Edith Head is her, but I decided to put her character here in the cartoon character so people will actually recognize who she is. I think you can recognize the cartoon character better, right? Right? Who is she from? Huh? The Incredibles. You can have anything you want in life if you dress for it. You dress for the role, you dress for the situation, you dress for the game. You can do anything in life, because psychology, research says, it has the power to bring out the best in you.